everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and I am wearing a fish style shirt today because we're revealing someone who's under the mask of the jellyfish. That's right, we're gonna go through the clues, match up with who we think it is, go through the audio, match up the audio. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. So yeah, today we're gonna figure out who is under the mask of the jellyfish. These two are the only two left that I have not revealed yet for you guys. And so today we'll do the jellyfish, and maybe next week, if you're nice to me, only if you're nice to me, we will reveal who's under the mask of the mushroom. Anyway, so with today's jellyfish, remember that Group C, we've only seen twice so far. That was episode 5 and 6. Now this week coming up is the Group C finals. 2 people are going to make their way up here. And I think that the jellyfish is going to make it to the Super 6, but let's go through what we know about the jellyfish. First clue we see is really not a clue, but it's just something that we observed. If you notice, she is wearing 3-inch heels. That's right, well, they're platform shoes, but they're still 3 inches tall, so it means she's kind of short. So if you look at her with Nick Cannon's kind of point of view, let me just kind of show you, this is what they look like. If you kind of compare it, and I'll go ahead and put these rulers next to them, a ruler equals 1 foot. It looks like Nick Cannon, who's 6 foot, this person's around just over 5 foot. After that, she goes on to say, "Brr, I assure you that even though I may be cold-blooded, I have a warm and glowing flow with H2O. After that is episode 5 clues. She started off talking to her Instagram followers. She held up a book that said The Little-ish Jellyfish, and she goes on to read the story. Once upon a time, I reigned supreme on an underwater kingdom. And then we see a lot of different things, including these sensus. To kind of zoom in on those Oriental fans, they made sure to highlight them as they pulled out. While in that room, covered with pipes, there's tons of pipes everywhere. She says, after ruling from coast to coast for so long, my castle started to feel like a gilded cage. So she felt trapped in her either rhythm or trapped in her, I guess maybe even her house or her activity. We see some white flowers that either look like orchids or lilies. We see her sitting on a throne with some kind of organ pipes, wearing a diamond tiara. And there was a bottle of baby powder that kind of appears later on. We see a sign that references to a couple of Billie Eilish's song lyrics. I don't know which song, I apologize. Then she trades in her tiara for I guess they call that, it's just a flower crown. And she broke free from what she's normally used to, and she went to Glowchella, which is a play off of Coachella, the music festival. We see her dancing with angelfishes. She says, I'm going with the flow as I carve my way through this new adventure. She says, while being on dry land is scary, I'm hoping that I can make a splash on this stage. So it seems like this is something she's never done before. The next clues are from episode 6. She says that she's super competitive and usually the best at what she does. We see a film projector, a ship called the USS Big Bird, a candle, a blowfish, a triangle, cereal, a purple double-sided lightsaber, which is kind of interesting. She says that she's here without her family. And you can see the family. It's a big jellyfish of the father and the mother and the 2 sisters, which leads us to believe that it's a family of 5. She says, my parents are the sea's me, sacrificing time in their careers so I could follow my dream. She said that her Papa Jelly helped her engineer the entire world, and then she's seen there meditating. She said that her dad would wake up at 3 a.m. and take her to far away gigs in different lands. And the magic clue was a tiger. So those are all the clues we have. Let's go through the audio. Here's the audio they gave us.
If you can earn your stripes and pounce on this clue.
Now here's our pitch correct audio.
If you can earn your stripes and pounce on this clue.
Who do you think that is? I think it's Chloe Kim. That's right. Welcome to The Masked Singer, Chloe Kim. Let's go ahead and compare her singing voice and her speaking voice. We'll do the speaking voice first. Here you go.
If you can earn your stripes and pounce on this clue.
It's a hardboard like this. You can see it's thin and long. The sport is called snowboarding because the board goes over the snow.
Now let's go ahead and compare her singing voice. But what's interesting is that she's not really a singer. She's a snowboarder. So you're like, well, you gotta find some video of her singing. There's only 2 videos of her singing. That's right, so let's compare them.
Crazy for feeling so blue. I don't wanna be you anymore.
So yes, that sounds like Chloe King to me. Let's go ahead and answer some of these clues. The first clue is her height. We do know she is 5'3", and so standing next to Nick and our rulers that we kind of put together, it adds up to be around that height. After that, she talked about being cold outside, but she's warm-blooded, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's be honest. She's talking about it being cold. Well, I mean, she's a snowboarder, it's in the cold, but she's also warm-blooded. I mean, it works at the end of the day. After that, we had clues from episode 5. It started off with her talking to her Instagram followers from her bed, and we know that Chloe, an interesting thing happened when she was at the Olympics in 2018. She was waiting for her turn, and she just randomly started up on Twitter and went viral super, super quickly. And so I feel like this is like maybe a nod to that. I mean, she does have a big following. Here it says she's got 274,000 followers on Twitter, and on Instagram it's 649,000. After that, she had a book of the little jellyfish. The reason why this is important is because she started off snowboarding at like age 4. So this really was, I mean, she was reading bedtime stories and snowboarding at the same time. We see that Sensu / the Oriental fans, and we do know that her family is Asian. They're from South Korea. We see a lily, which is a tiger lily, which represents where she goes to school at Princeton. Their mascot is a tiger. She continues to talk about going coast to coast and getting stuck in her gilded cage. Well, she had to travel from coast to coast to go to different competitions for snowboarding. In that clue package, you would have recognized all those pipes, and it references to her doing her freestyling on the half pipe, where she actually has her gold medal from, which we'll get to at the end of the video. After that, we mentioned Glowcella. Well, she's gone to Coachella so many times. There's a lot of photos on her Instagram about it. After that, she's seen with Angelfish, and that's just a play off of Charlie's Angels because she was an extra on that show. Well, not just an extra, she actually had a line or two. Here's a clip. Next, she says that she's going with the flow as she carves her way through this new adventure. Going with the flow and carving are 2 snowboarding references. Carving, turning, things like that. And then going with the flow is just kind of going down the hill. And then after that, we saw the baby powder, and we do know that powder represents fresh snow. Now after that are clues from episode 6. Are you with me so far? She says that she's super competitive and she's normally the best at what she does. That's 100% true. Let me read this. She is currently the world, the Olympic, the Youth Olympic, and X Games champion in the half pipe. So yeah, she is the best at what she does. After that, we saw a clue for the USS Big Bird. It turns out that she was in an episode of Sesame Street with Big Bird. Here's a clip.
Welcome to Sesame Sports Street.
Next, we see her with a lightsaber, pretty much making a viral video, if you remember that viral video from back then, and knocking over cornflakes. It turns out that she was, in 2018, on the face of the Kellogg's cornflakes box. The next clues are pretty much all about her family. We mentioned 5 jellyfish. Well, there's 4 plus her. Well, she is in a family of 5. Her mom, her dad, and her 2 sisters, who are Erica and Tracy, so 5 altogether. It talked about how her parents left their jobs to go ahead and help her out in her career, and turns out that was true. Her father was an engineer, and he left his job just so that he can take her everywhere and she can follow her dreams. Now, the other clue in that episode was the magic clue, which was a tiger, and we talked about that before. It's Princeton's mascot. After that were just additional clues, things that we kind of just pulled out from different, like maybe the master list. For example, we do know that we need 1 gold medal from the Olympics, and she has one in the 2018 half pipe. She holds the record still, which is absolutely insane to think about. We're missing one person for the Time Magazine's most influential people, and it turns out she was on it in 2018. Also, if you listen to the Masked Singer podcast, Bow Wow gave us one clue, and he says that the jellyfish likes to freestyle. Now, when she does the half pipe in the Olympics, that's actually considered a freestyle because you can literally do anything on there. So there's your freestyling connection. And so those are all the clues. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment section. I know this one was a little bit longer just because we really wanted to tackle every single clue. So if you want to watch any other reveal videos that we have up here, click the links in the description, and I want to thank you. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. I'll see you later. Bye.